Hello, welcome to the channel, welcome to this week's update. I'm going to have to make it quick because I can see the battery light flashing, so we'll get cracking straight on with the channel update. Before I do that, t-shirt change. My regular t-shirt is in the wash. Right, Spitfire then, FX Spitfire TR9, the construction episode went up last week. This Sunday is the final episode, which is the painting and weathering, and I paint all the markings, one or two few stencils that aren't included in the one-man army Spitfire Mark 9, I think it is, stencil set. But yeah, painting and weathering, quite subtle with the weathering this time, but a good example of how to break up a monotone scheme and using some subtle weathering. It's got to be weathered, otherwise it's going to look like a toy. So that goes up on Sunday. Right, next week, the week after that, is wife and daughter number one are coming out to visit. So don't expect a new show next week or the week after. They're only coming out for 1 week, but it's Friday to Saturday. So I might not get a chance to do a weekly show. If I can squeeze one in, I will, but don't expect one. But there's plenty coming on the channel. Lots of reviews and tests and things like that. Harder and Steenbeck Airbrush, that one coming out. The test of the new MRP Aqua Paints, that's coming to you. And the VMS primers. So expect all those three. In the background, I am just about to start editing the 1/32 scale Mark 14 conversion. So that will be coming in due course. Maybe I'll trial one-parter on that. Do an intro separate and then do a one-parter. Maybe. I'm thinking about that. Project update. Okay, right. I am in riveting hell. I'm doing the Airfix Lancaster in 1/72 scale. So far I've done the wings. It's taken me a week to do these. This is the latest boxing, so it's in the dark grey plastic, which is cool. So it's difficult to show up all the riveting. But Airfix, I think, looking at some of the plans in the Valiant book, so, you know, take that with a pinch of salt. They are plans after all. There were some missing panels and what I think are probably fuel filler caps in the top surface of the wings, so that's all been rescribed. I used the new ammo scriber. As I started out doing the scribing of the circles and some of the little hatches with a pin in a pin device, but forgot I had this, so I thought I'd switch to this, and it works very, very well, so pleased with that. Used the Madworks hook scriber, which works very well, but it's so sharp and so fine that the panel line is actually, I think, too fine. And I think it would be good for doing the bottom of panel lines. So if you've got soft panel lines, sand them down a bit, which is what I've done. I primed these parts first and then sanded it down. Is then maybe run the Madworks hook scriber along those panel lines just to make them nice and sharp at the bottom, so they're going to take a nice wash. But yeah, I've just scribed a few panels on the underside. Interesting, that's got all the circles, inspection hatches, but not on the top, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, so yeah, I used the trumpeter scriber, which I really like on that. So yeah, that's about over a week's worth of work just to do the wings. I've got the tailplane to do and the fin and rudders, which I'm going to do this evening after I've filmed this. And the fuselage, I'm actually going to sort the windows out down the fuselage first before giving that a rescribe job. And then it's battle damage time, which is going to be good fun. Right, smashing on with the news. I'm racing through this because the light is flashing even quicker now. Lots of news to bring you. No new kits as such. I just want to mention my friend and yours, Roy Sutherland, Barracuda Studios. He's had quite a tumultuous year so far, but he is in a position to release lots of new stuff. Lots of stuff for Airfix Mosquitoes in 72nd scale, amongst other things, plus some Meteor bits and bobs, undercarriage, that kind of stuff. So go and check out Barracuda Studios. All that is guaranteed to be amazing. 3D printed, absolutely beautiful stuff. He's got some fantastic stuff in his range. Armour Hobby have announced their P51K, which is another boxing of the D, which is out, I think, if not out now, out imminently. They've released the camouflage schemes for that, and one of them is Dooley-Bird, which I know a lot of modelers my age have a lot of affection for that scheme, because that was in the Matchbox kit that we had as kids. So yeah, that's quite cool. I'm very tempted by that one myself. Edward have released some videos of their tooling of the Spitfire 5B in 72nd scale. Can't wait to get my hands on that. I'm going to get a couple, because one, I want to do tropical, and I've got an idea for another one. A bit of a conversion with that. So looking forward for that. Talking of Edward Spitfires, they've also announced a extended wingtip boxing of early, I think they called it, was it early high flights or early high flyers, something like that. So the extended wingtips. I think Spitfires with extended wingtips look really weird, if I'm honest. Lots of people love them, as it turns out. I think they all look really, really strange with extended wingtips. So not one for me, but they are including bonus masks for the markings. All the randles, the codes, wing walkways. One of the options has got some sort of thing down the side, I think it is. So they include that, cereals, all sorts of extra bits and bobs, which I think is really cool. And if they're going to start doing more of that, I'm well in for that, because, as you know, I really like spraying on my markings. Right, Guideline. They are, I think it's probably going to be ready by Telford. They have announced the latest Colour Conundrum book. So if you don't know, Scale Aircraft Modelling magazine, of which I sometimes contribute, there's a chap there called Paul Lucas. He's a historian of camouflage schemes and markings, and he does a monthly column, and it's fascinating. It's so interesting. And every now and again, they compile lots of his articles going way back, all in the back catalogue, and put them in a book. I've got all the other ones. I think it's 1, 2, and 3, and this is number 4. Or I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is number 5. My memory escapes me. I'll stick it up there. You'll work it out. So that's coming. Really excited about that, especially because on the cover is a Wildcat, Royal Navy Wildcat, in all over sky blue. That's an interesting article, and I have that model planned for next year in 48 scale. Tokyo Books Valiant Wings have announced a book on the Ferry Battle, the data file one, so not the big thick one, but the smaller one. And so I'm going to get that as well, because I love the battle. And Squadron Signal have released a vac form canopy for the Trumpeter 48 scale kit. So now that's brought that into my radar, that kit, because I've got 48 scale Wellington in my collection. I'm getting the Hampton. I really fancy the Airfix Lysander, and I'm thinking a 48 scale battle, come on. Yeah, looking like a collection building there. I just need Airfix to step up and do a long nose Blenheim, because I don't really fancy the short nose Blenheim. I think it looks a bit odd, but I love the long nose Blenheim, and it's about bloody time, Airfix, if you're watching this. So come on, crack on. Thank you. And the last thing I want to mention just before the camera finally dies is ICM had a very near miss with a ballistic missile far from Russia. Do you know what? It will get this video demonetized, and maybe my channel deleted if I say what I really think about that. Suffice to say that proper Blitz Spirit, they are rebuilding. It kind of effectively blew in one side of their building, the walls and the doors and the windows, and created an absolute mess. But proper Blitz Spirit, they are regrouping, they are rebuilding, and they are continuing to release kits. This will happen back in August, believe it or not. What is just a really, really awesome touch is they're putting a little sticker on some of the boxes, because some of the boxes got damaged in the blast, and they, as a bit of to those twats over the border, and I'd love to use much stronger language, they are going to use those boxes, and they've put a little sticker on it with a little FU, which I think is fantastic. So I am going to order a couple more ICM kits, and I am going to bump up the list, the 32nd I-153 that's been sat in this stash far too long. So expect that next year as well. There we go. Right, very quick one this week. I've rattled through it because the camera's about to die on me. I must go and put that on charge. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Lots of really interesting review/on-test videos. I hope you're going to enjoy them. And yeah, a little bit of a pause from me with the weekly updates, but you can expect lots of stuff coming. Stay tuned on the Facebook page as well. I'll be regularly updating that. Rightio. Thanks very much, and happy modelling, everyone. And I'll see you all very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.